ይህ ጨዋታው መክፈቻ ሙከራ ነበር። ወንደሰን አሸናፊ ዛሬ ለወላይታ ድቻ በመጀመሪያው 11 ውስጥ መግባት ችሏል። ጽዮን መረድን ቀይሮ ገብቷል። ሁለት ወሳኝ ኳሶችንም አድኗል። ቅያሪው ከምን ጋር ቢያያዝ ይሆናል ከጨዋታው እንቅስቃሴ አንፃር?
ምክንያቱም ወላይታ ድቻ ኳሱን ከራሱ ሜዳ መጀመር ነው የሚፈልገው። ከራሱ ሜዳ መጀመር ስለፈለገ የቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስ ተጫዋቾች ወደዚህ እንዲመጡ ስለፈለገ ኳሱን ለግብ ጠባቂ መመለስ አለባቸው። ስለዚህ ሁለቱ የመሃል ተከላካዮች ደጉና አንተነህ ኳሱን ተቀብለውት ወደፊት መጫወት እንዲችሉና የቸገራቸውን ከሆነ ኳሱ ወደሱ ስለሚለብድ ከጽዮን መሪድ ይልቅ እሱ የተሻለ ስለሆነ ወንደሰን ስለነበረ ነው አሰልጣኙ ያሰለፈውና ጥሩ ዘዴ ነው ብዬ አስባለሁ።
በመጀመሪያው 45 ደቂቃ ወንደሰን አሸናፊ ሌላ ወሳኝ ኳስ አድኗል። ይህ ሙከራ ደግሞ መሃል ሜዳ ላይ እንድሪስ ሰይድ የተቀማውን ኳስ አሁንም አቤል ያለው በጥሩ ሁኔታ ወደ ግብነት የሞከረው ነው፣ ግን ደግሞ በንቃት ወንደሰን አሸናፊ አድኖታል። ከመሃል ሜዳ ላይ የተቀማ ኳስ ነበር ለማጥቃት መነሻው።
ምክንያቱም ምን ጊዜ የሚከላከል ቡድን ኳሱን አግኝቶ ወደ ፌስ ሲሄድ አይደራጅም። መጀመሪያ የመደራጀቱ ነገር መከላከልን ብቻ ስለያዘ ነው። ስለዚህ ከተነጠቀ ቶሎ ለመከላከል ይቸገራል። ያ ነው የታየው አሁን በወላይታ ነው።
ከዚህ በመቀጠል የምንመለከተው የቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስ ሌላ ሙከራ ነው። በጨዋታው እጅግ ለጎል ቅርብ የሆነ ሙከራ በከነአን ማርክነህ አማካኝነት ቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስ ማድረግ ችሎ ነበር። እስከ 22ኛው ደቂቃ ድረስ በርካታ ሙከራዎች እስካሁን የተመለከትነው ሶስተኛ ሙከራ ነው። አጎሮ በጥሩ ሁኔታ ሰጥቶታል። የተለያዩ አማራጮች ነበሩት፣ ግን ደግሞ ያልተጠበቀ ነገር አድርጓል።
መጨረሻው ከነአን አጎሮን ድካም ሁሉ ነው ፕሬቢስ ያደረገውና እኔ ከነአንን ከዚህ በእንዲህ አይነት አልጠብቀውምና ይሄ ኳስ ምናልባት እንጃ ነው ደካማው እግር መሆኑ ብቻ አይደለም። እንግዲህ ይሄን ተጫዋቹን ይበልጥ የሚያውቀው ግን ጉጉቱ ይመስለኛል።
መጨረሻ ላይ አቅሙን ጨርሷል። በደካማ እግሩ ነው የመታው። ከዚህ በኋላ እንግዲህ በጨዋታው ኢላማውን የጠበቀ ሙከራ አልነበረም። በተከላካዮች፣ በአማካዮች፣ በአጥቂዎች በኩል ብዙ ምርጫዎች በሁለቱም ቡድኖች በኩል አሉ። ወላይታ ድቻ ማግባት ከፈለገ ቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስን ማስቆጠር ከፈለገ እነማንን መቀየር ይገባዋል? በታክቲክ ደረጃ ምን አይነት ለውጦች መኖር አለባቸው?
እኔ ቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስ ያለው ቡድን አሁንም ግን ማግባት የሚችል ነው። ነገር ግን ወላይታ አሁንም ትራንዚሽኑን መቀጠል ከፈለገ የአጥቂ ፍጥነትና አጥቂዎቹን ፋታ የሚከለክለውን ቢኒያምን ሊያስገባ ይችላል ብዬ አስባለሁ። ቢኒያም ከገባ ለቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስ ተከላካዮች ተደራጅቶ ኳሱ እንዳይጀመር የማድረግ አቅም አለው። ልጅ ወጣት ነው፣ አይቆምም እና ያ ነው ጥሩ ብዬ ይሄንን ሊያስገባ ይችላል ብዬ ጸጋዬ ኪዳነ ማርያምን አስባለሁ።
የኢትዮጵያ ፕሪሚየር ሊግ የ8ኛ ሳምንት 3ኛ ቀን ውሎ ላይ ነው የምንገኘው። ክቡራን ተመልካቾቻችን ከዚህ ጨዋታ መጠናቀቅ በኋላ 12 ሰዓት ላይ የሚጠበቅ ጨዋታ ይደረጋል። ወልቂጤ ከተማ ከኢትዮጵያ ቡና ጋር 12 ሰዓት ላይ ጨዋታቸውን ያደርጋሉ። ከ11 ሰዓት ከ45 ጀምሮ ደግሞ ሱፐር ስፖርት ጨዋታውን በቀጥታ ወደ እናንተ ማድረሱን የሚጀምር ይሆናል። አሁን በቀጥታ የምንሄደው ደግሞ ወደ ሁለተኛው 45 ደቂቃ የቅዱስ ጊዮርጊስና ወላይታ ድቻ ጨዋታ ይሆናል። ከሱፐር ስፖርት ጋር ከሻምፒዮኖቹ ዓለም ጋር አብራችሁ ስላላችሁ ከልብ እናመሰግናለን።
አዋጅ ሳያስነግር ነጋሪት ሳይጎስ ደርሷል ለጆሮዬ የሚጣፍጠው ስም የጊዮርጊስ መለያ ለብቻው ተመርጦ በልቤ ማህል አለ ተቀምጦ ቢበልቤ ነው በልቤ ቢበልቤ ላይ ነው 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 ጊዮርጊሳዊነቴ አይቶ የሚደነቀው አይገባውም መልሱ ሁሉም ቢጠይቀው እኔን የሆነ ነው ሚስጥሩን የሚያውቀው የክለቤ ምልክቱ ልቤ ላይ ነው ቤቱ የክለቤ ምልክቱ ልቤ ላይ ነው ቤቱ የሳንጂዬ ምልክቱ ልቤ ላይ ነው ቤቱ የሳንጂዬ ምልክቱ ልቤ ላይ ነው ቤቱ አትቅራው ቢሉኝ እያስገደዱ ቢከታተሉኝ በየመንገዱ አርማው በጉል ባይታያቸው አብሮኝ የሌለ ከመሰላቸው ቢበልቤ ነው ቢበልቤ ላይ ነው ቢበልቤ ነው ቢበልቤ ላይ ነው አይለብስም የጊዮርጊስ መለያ ለብቻው ተመርጦ በልቤ ማህደር አለ ተቀምጦ ቢበልቤ ነው በልቤ ቢበልቤ ላይ ነው ቢበልቤ ነው በልቤ ቢበልቤ ላይ ነው ቢበልቤ ነው በልቤ ቢበልቤ ላይ ነው ቢበልቤ ነው በልቤ ቢበልቤ ላይ ነው
between teams in third position and fifth position. Very fascinating first half, one that saw a couple of chances for St. George, but just not enough to try and trouble Wondersen, the goalkeeper in the ዎላይታ defense. ዎላይታ themselves have had a few counter-attacks, but certainly not good enough to get enough service to Minyiri Wondimu, Kalkidan Zerarem, and Yared Dawit. They will have gotten different instructions now inside those dressing rooms from both Zerihun Shengata and it's a guy Kidani Mariam to try and change things up in this second half. Both sides obviously in search for 3 points, trying to dethrone a certain Fasil Kenema off the crowd. As then we look at some of those statistics from the first half, more possession suddenly going to St. George, who also had more goal attempts. They had pretty much everything more than ዎላይታ Dicha. They must come into the second half trying to change that statistical board.
Yeah, they have 64% of ball possession against 36. Cause a lot of football being played in the midfield. On the right-hand side, it's been system score for St. George, Abel Yaleo flying it straight on the right-hand side. And of course, on the ዎላይታ Dicha side, Yared Dawit also trying to permeate through the right-hand side. On the left, there's really little action coming from ዎላይታ Dicha. St. George using that small percentage on Emmanuel Gebremichael to no satisfaction. I think the biggest letdown for St. George today is the transformation from defense to attack. They get numbers up, but again, the quality of the passes, quality of finishing has been very, very wanting.
So no changes at half-time from both coaches, at least not yet. See how those battles do come their way. Panom Gatoch and Indri Said have gone at it through the center. Degu Debebe, the legendary Degu Debebe, who was part of the Ethiopian national side at the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations down in South Africa. That is how much he's been playing for the Warriors. Has been rock solid for ዎላይታ Dicha in partnership with Anthony Guksa and of course Bereket Wolde Johannes alongside Anagal Badek. They have stood firm. St. George have thrown in those crucial passes, but they have also had some good defensive display between Negatu Gabriselassie and Haptam Negusie. They can't defend forever, can they?
Can they defend forever? Will Degu Debebe defend forever? Of course, 10 out of the 14 titles that St. George has won have been credited to that man as the captain. Today, sitting very, very deep, just right next to the 18-yard line. Will they continue sitting back, or will they come out with a different strategy?
ዎላይታ Dicha playing from the left to the right now and looking to turn around that form from the first half to be in control of their affairs. They have just given away possession to Abel Yaleo, which could definitely be trouble. This is Emmanuel Gebremichael, but very good closing in from Bereket Wolde Johannes. Remember, you can listen to Amharic commentary as well by pressing the language button on your remote and listen to Makwanet. Or you can stick with English, where I'm joined in the commentary box by Mr. Gilbert Celebwa. The hashtag is ethiopian_Premier League. This comes forward, easily picked up by Anthony Guksa to the midfield. ዎላይታ Dicha will be looking to have some good spells of possession if they are to drop down this St. George side and face Charles Lukwago. This is Anthony Guksa throwing one forward, looking for Minyiri Wondimu, just not managing to keep it in play. Just remember, both sides have quite solid substitute benches. There certainly will be a couple of good options. St. George, of course, have the likes of Nathaniel Zeleke, the Testa Demu, there's Haida Sharifa, the captain, who today has started on the bench as well. There's Bulcha Shura, Cherinet Guksa, and of course Tegenu Teshome. They're up against a ዎላይታ Dicha bench. It also has the likes of Adis Hinsa, there's Binyam Fikri, there's Zerale Mabate, there's Abebayao Achiso, and of course the goalkeeper, Sihon Merit, who we most likely will not see If Wondersen and Shanafi stays fit, clearance from Anthony Guksa out wide. Possession lost again, only as far as Enoch Adunya. He's trying to bring this one in, looking for shooting space out wide. Is Kenan Markney. Interestingly, Enoch Adunya in the first half was playing on the left, and now in the second half he's playing on the right. Which again shows how versatile he is. Suleiman Hemide was playing on the right and now has come to the left in the second half. This is Emmanuel Gabriel Mikhail trying to beat two. As well to keep possession, brings it back to Yabshira, crosses this one into the area, looking for a goal! It's cleared off the line! Oh, what a chance for St. George. He had just a goalkeeper to beat. Did well to beat him, but then there was a couple of white shots back. A big save for St. George.
It's a big save by Anagao Badek. Look at that close control. This is a striker on his left foot. Do not allow him to turn. Once he turns, he's going to be disastrous. That was a lot of space that has been accorded that man. First touch, absolutely fantastic. On his left foot, of course, trying to hit the other side of the goal. Goalkeeper, no, covering this near post. Good recovery by Anagao Badek. Second time that St. George is missing a sitter.
Fantastic save from the left back. And that is why sometimes defenders rush to that line, because this very occasion, Wondersen Ashanafi was fully beaten. That is, they could have been an early lead for St. George. Agoro has always been their target and himself will not be happy. That is how close he really has been to creating a goal and being on the score sheet for today's game. Be a yellow card. The referee doesn't seem to be happy with Wondersen Ashanafi. He suggests that the ዎላይታ Dicha goalkeeper is wasting time. He's still having an exchange with the referee. He's got to be very careful, Wondersen. The referee will have noted that and he certainly will keep an eye on it. It's too early to start wasting time.
That's just being a big-headed. I mean, the referee has already warned you that you're wasting time and you're still taking more time. And the only other thing that the referee, being an international referee, Lemini Gusie, the only other card he'll pull out is another yellow, followed by a red card.
It's a clash between Emmanuel and Bereket. It's a free kick for ዎላይታ Dicha. But just before that, both players will need a bit of medical attention. Obviously, because of concussions in world football, head injuries are given way more attention by the referees and the players are given enough time to make sure they are stable. They should be fine. Just a good precaution from the man at the center.
Alejandro, a little bit disappointed with this ዎላይታ Dicha side. They're currently in third position, and any win for them would definitely push them in first position above Fasil. They're not in a hurry to do anything. They're not rushing. They are too sluggish in their build-up. And it's still too early on the clock to start wasting time. Disappointed.
Another second bite at the cherry. This ዎላይታ Dicha side to have a throw in. Bereket is back and is looking fine. Takes this one. Gets the return. Has an opportunity to bring this one into the area to Minyiri Wondimu. This is Ligatu. Spreading play out wide to Anagao Badek, who brings a high one into the areas, looking for Yared Dawit, who has a touch as well, looking for Minyiri Wondimu. Eventually, Emmanuel Gabriel Mikhail clears, and the clearance almost completed by Panom Gatoch. It is Kenan Markene, who has since had to come on and be helped out by Emmanuel Gabriel Mikhail. This is Abel. It's fouled just before he passed that ball. I think it was Indris. Panom Gatoch to Suleiman Hemide. Emmanuel Gabriel to Ismail Agora. Suleiman did continue with his run. There's a big tackle just at the edge of the box from Degu Debebe. Stays on the ground as ዎላይታ Dicha move forward now through the center with Habtamu losing possession again. This is Emmanuel spreading play out to Abel Yaleo. He's got to the run of Enoch Adunya. Chance to try and cross this one into the area. Suleiman is still on the ground. Kalkidan picks it up. The counter-attack now could be on for ዎላይታ Dicha. Twisting and turning through the center. He's got support with Indris. Goes for a long one to Yared Dawit instead. Yared Dawit twisting and turning, looking for space. Almost found it. The clearance is of Frimpong Mensu. And finally, the referee paying some attention to Suleiman Hemide. Goes out on the pitch doing a fantastic job playing to the whistle. And very easily that ዎላይታ Dicha counter-attack, if managed well, could have been a goal for Tsegai Kidane Mariam's side as we look at this challenge again off Degu Debebe. Looked rough, but was a clean one.
It's a clean one. He actually won the ball, goes out with both feet, highly experienced, knows that he's right in the box, goes for the ball fast. I think that's just play acting by Suleiman Hemide. He's on his feet, he's just running normal.
There have been a small little follow through, but maybe just not enough to keep him on the ground for that long. It's finally with us. That could have cost his side. It suddenly found his defense with 3 instead of 4. Anom Gatoch had to quickly come and fix himself into the left back position. That is how ዎላይታ Dicha found themselves outnumbered with that long ball coming just at the edge of the St. George box. But here they come again with Wondersen. It's a long one up front. They are looking for options on both wings. Enoch Adunya is beaten out wide. It's picked up. Good chances by Kalkidan. Adunya picks it up again. Tries to return this one for clearance of Minyo to Debebe. Good pressure from Indris Said.
I think the reason why they put Enoch Adunya on the right is because of the speed of Kalkidan.
Got to speed, but doesn't have the power. He's pushed off this one by Panom Gatoch. Kalkidan Zedalem. Very tricky player. Very, very tricky and very fast as well. It would be a very big worry for Zerihon Shengata every time he's in possession. ዎላይታ Dicha meanwhile are preparing Biniam Fikre. Should be joining us very shortly as Tsegai Kidane Mariam looks to ring changes to his starting 11 for today's game. Couple of fresher legs out there expected. The free kick is for St. George. As we look at that offside situation once again. Agoro to Kenan Markne, who finds Emmanuel Gabriel Mikhail. Back to Kenan. This is Suleiman to Frimpong Mensu. Chance to launch this one out wide in search for Enoch Adunya. Does well, and there's a bounce just before the right back, which means that ዎላይታ Dicha have themselves a throw-in. It's Kalkidan that is actually coming off for Biniam Fikre. An attacker for an attacker, so just a feel of fresher legs, and Kalkidan does not seem to be walking comfortably as well.
It's all about speed. Speed. That's exactly what Biniam Fikre brings into this game. A youngster with very, very quick feet. Only that at the time when he's supposed to release the ball, he needs to be very, very solid.
This is almost given away. Frimpong Mensu trying to save the situation, fails to do so. ዎላይታ Dicha have possession now with Bereket Wolde Johannes out wide. Nyeri Wondimi is the player who was almost picking it up. Says Biniam Fikre, straight to the center. Haptam Negusie was trying to jump over this one, eventually ended up with Abel Yaleo, who finds his way around Dawit Yared to have Enoch Adunya join in on the action, and eventually it is Panom Gatoch. He looks slower in their own build-up, St. George, as compared to how ዎላይታ Dicha always moving forward. And Suleiman Looking for Kenan Markne. Watched by Anthony Guksa. Returns this one back to the goalkeeper. Clears this one through the center. Looks a perfect pass almost to Minyeri Wandemo. As he has the pace, he has the run as well to try and beat Frimpong Mensu. He's got support through the center. Gets the return ball. Minyeri Wandemo! Oh wow! What a miss from Minyeri Wandemo. A fantastic run through the center, a return ball of Idris Said, and he simply couldn't beat Charles Lukwago.
The attacking threat is phenomenal. Very, very good interchange of passes between Munyelu and Idris Said. Look at that kind of a pass. It's right in front of him. He's already had the fast start. The goalkeeper is narrowing the angle. His calmness just letting him down at the point where he should have been celebrating at the flag.
It's a big chance. It's come and now it's gone for Minyeri Wandemo. Again, another show of how delicately balanced this game is. We need a few seconds and one of the two sides will have gotten into the score sheet. Here comes Suleiman doing his defensive duties to the captain Frimpong Mensu, who has since taken on the captain's armband, with Haida Sharifa finding his space on the bench for today's game. Kadunya, back to Minyot Debebe, and then to the captain Mensu, the man from Ghana. Haven't had that many chances in this second half, apart from that one from Ismail Oro Agoro, the St. George side, so they'll be looking to build up the pressure and they can have their own return of counter-attacks on the other end of the field. And Markne taking no slaves, pushing Diego Debe. I think Bereket hold Johannes off that ball as the United defender was trying to protect it from going out, but I mean this is the real moment. It's true there was pressure from Frimpong Mensu, but Minyeri Wandemo has enough quality to stay calm in that kind of situation.
You're in control. You're in control of the ball. The defender is behind you. The goalkeeper, of course, is narrowing. The only spot that you need to choose is the wider area onto the goalkeeper and slot the ball home. Chance wasted.
It's a good start to play as well for Binyam Fikre. Since coming off that bench, he was part of that build-up. Had a couple of touches since then as well, trying to make sure Kidane Mariam's side stays on the front foot. Here they come again. They have a throw-in. Suleiman has more defending to do. Emmanuel Gabriel Mikhail came down, hoping for a free kick. He's not gotten it. His side had to defend, but they have quickly picked up possession again, only as far as their lead striker, who just can't keep it in as well. Agoro. Zerihun Shengata. It's one of the is the karma of the two coaches. It's the guy Kidane Mariam pacing down his touchline, not taking his seat since the beginning of the second half. He wants to see a real reaction from his side. He still is struggling with keeping possession, 56% of that for St. George. Oh, what a chance. What a chance for Minyeri Wandemo. It was just him and Charles Lukwago. But good pressure from the captain, Frimpong Mensu. Now here comes St. George with Kenan Markne going past three white shots, then finding Ismail Oro, getting a return ball, trying to bring this one into the area. There was a touch of the white shot. That is how Wondesen Ashanafi managed to pick up that ball. It could have been very dangerous for him and his side. More movement on both benches. Wait for those substitutions as both coaches continue their tactical battle. Here comes Bereket. Fikri had started that run. Bereket just didn't find a perfect pass. Sometimes you need to sit back and soak in the pressure and get in touch of the possession and then progressively move forward, which is what St. George were doing in the first half, but they seem to be struggling with the same in the second.
They are struggling. It's all about the tactical awareness of the two attacking midfielders, Kenan Merkene and Jasbira testify the distance between them must be close.
Get to Gabriel Selassie. Maybe he wasn't aware he was in so much space alone. Would have controlled that one, and that could be another build-up to an attack for ዎላይታ Dicha. St. George are planning to bring on Cherinet Guksa. He will be next to join into the action. But for now, Henok Adunya is in possession. Through the center with Panom Gatoch. He's got support with Yabsira. Right in front of him, finds him. Suleiman is making that run out wide, looking for a return ball. Here he is now. Getting it off Emmanuel Gabriel Mikhail. Again, they are being forced into their own half. That is how well ዎላይታ Dicha side have been pressing up the line. Minyot Debebe. Suleiman Hamidi has made that run. Does well to keep this one under control and brings one into the area. He needs a good clearance from Debu Debebe. They're still in trouble. St. George are still crawling at the edge of the area with Abel Yaleo having a chance to strike. This is Emmanuel rushing into the area. Very good defensive play from Berekes. Very, very crucial touch from the right back to save ዎላይታ Dicha. And it is Emmanuel Gabriel Mikhail that had the crucial chance out wide, and probably that will be his last contribution as well, as he makes way for Cherinet Guksa. Nyeri Wondimo heads it only as far as Henok Adunya! It's in! Henok Adunya from outside the area, and he lets fly, meeting Wondersen Ashenafi. What a strike from the right back. Zariun Shengata's side have taken the lead in Hawassa.
Well, I'm not sure what is on that boot. I'm really not sure what Henok Adunya may have eaten for lunch. But what I'm sure of is the technique that was applied onto that ball. Lot of open space. He drives a rocket. Look at that time. He focuses his eyes on the ball, and goalkeeper Wondersen Ashenafi, well beaten on the ground. That's a grass cutter. It must have shaved off some grass on its way to the net.
What a strike to open up the scoring for St. George. Henok Adunya from right back position to the score sheet. And now they are piling the pressure through the center, doing well to keep possession. With Abel Yaleo, it comes back deep into the midfield. There was a foul on Abel. ዎላይታ Dicha now find themselves in a tricky situation. They finally have found their voice as well. Outnumbered up in the stands, but they have been taking their time and pushing on their side for the last 64 minutes. They finally have seen a crucial goal. One that now will see St. George climb up the table if they can keep the lead here. It's Henok Adunya. He has switched from the left to the right, and then now from the right again to the left. What a goal. Through a forest of legs of Henok Adunya. Wondersen Ashenafi, maybe some of his critics would think he could have stopped it. But it just rolled below his armpits.